Hello my friends, it's Dave here from Tuesday at 2. I'm flying solo today, as you can see. A couple of reasons for that. This is the last in our series of videos, and I'm going to talk today about repurposing, and I'll explain more in a second. We've actually just also launched our new website, which Selima is working on at the moment, so I'm going to do this video on my own, and Selima will produce a blog post based on this, which will appear on the website. And if you do visit the website, which I'll leave the link for underneath here, you will be able to subscribe for our newsletters, and we'll keep you informed of anything that we have coming up when we release new videos and so on. So without further ado, let's talk about repurposing. And there are actually two aspects to this that I want to talk about. The first is, and don't take this as a self-development kind of thing, because if you know anything about us, you know we're not really into that side of things, but I'm talking about the practical nuts and bolts repurposing of yourself for internet business. And really what I mean by that is really using any skills that you've possibly developed over your career or running a business in the traditional world, and just repurposing or reimagining those skills to be fit for purpose on an internet business platform. In my old career in the audiovisual industry as a business development manager, I wrote a lot of proposals and reports. So a proposal would be what we would take a brief from the client on what kind of event they wanted to produce and what their aims were and what they wanted to look at, their budget, all of those kind of things, any of the themes or colours or any particular ideas that they had. And then we would turn that into, put together a proposal based on the equipment we would use and how we would answer that brief. And repurposing that for the internet is kind of like turning those skills, if you like, into writing blog posts or writing content for the internet. That being just one example, so blogs and videos in particular. And we'll look at how the other side of this is how you actually repurpose those things so that you can take one piece of content and use it in many different ways. So I'm just going to refer to some notes actually that I did here earlier. So obviously there are practical things like if you have experience in writing proposals or sales letters, you know, anything of that kind of thing, reports, then you know you can repurpose that skill set to create blogs and videos, that kind of thing. Any knowledge that you have in particular subjects, obviously you can repurpose for the internet for possibly an entirely new audience. You still have that knowledge and all that experience and those skills that you've built up, possibly for another purpose, but it's quite simple just to move that into an online version of that knowledge and those skills. And again, writing blog posts and videos and social media posts might well be part of that. Sales and marketing experience, whilst hardly necessary, I think is pretty helpful. Both Selima and I are from sales and or marketing backgrounds, and I've certainly found it pretty useful. Any business that you're starting, if you're going from a career to a business, all business involves selling. And it puts people off quite a lot, sales, the idea of sales. But actually, when we're talking on the internet, we aren't doing this face-to-face thing. You don't have that pressure of rejection of doing a face-to-face thing. We certainly aren't doing any kind of hard sales. That doesn't have any place, I don't think, in the world anyway. It's certainly not online. So if you have those skills previously, you will find that those are pretty useful when you start an online business, as are communication skills in general. If you've been in a public facing situation or career or job of any kind, those kind of skills, face-to-face communication, even if it's been written communication like we covered earlier, you know, reports and proposals, that sort of thing, very, very useful in an online business. As are practical things. I mean, photography is pretty relevant for me to this conversation. I've been a photographer for as long as I can remember. It's an interest I developed in childhood. But mainly still photography, a kind of creative, I guess, more of an artistic kind of leaning for that. But I discovered when I started to look at going online, the whole video idea, which I had kind of touched on occasionally. I knew there was a video setting on my camera, and I'd taken it on holidays and shot really bad videos of, you know, us driving through various parts of Europe and so on. But when I started to learn about video marketing and internet marketing, it became my main tool, and I'm really glad I had some basic skills on video, but particularly on photography, and they're all transferable. So if you have an interest in photography or video, those are incredibly useful skills in a video business, in an online business. So really that's that side of the repurposing yourself and your experience, your old experiences, skills and knowledge, that kind of thing. The other side of repurposing, which the internet gives us a huge advantage of, is repurposing that actual content that we've created. There are so many ways that you can do that. When I started the video, I mentioned that we've built a website for this. We're just creating, and Selima's working on that at the moment. But we'll be repurposing this video. Essentially, I'll put that on the channel so people can see it there. But Selima will just take this content and she will create a blog post based on it. She'll maybe explore some of these themes in a bit more detail for people who prefer to read. And that's fairly easy then to also convert into a social media, say a Facebook post. We could put an image of this onto Instagram and link from Instagram into our website and to our YouTube channel and so on. So there are a lot of ways that you can take a single piece of content and repurpose it. There are actually a number of ways that you can create an automated system that will do that for you, so that if you do a video, it automatically becomes a blog post or a social media or all of these things. So you're basically looking at syndicating your content and really taking the advantages that we have on the internet in automating these kind of processes, and taking one piece of work and really stretching that, the reach and power of that piece of work. So that's really all there is to say about repurposing of content. It's a pretty simple concept to get together, but we can do that on the internet so much further than you ever could in a traditional kind of sense. So I hope that's been of use, as I hope all of the videos that Selima and I have done in this series have been useful to you. I will put a link to our website underneath here. Please feel free and have a look on there. We'll be adding to that continually from now on. We really just put the site together and liaised remotely on that at the moment, but we'll be individually and together adding content to all of our channels. We've also created a Facebook page. So it's all really just getting started, and we really would love you to be part of this community. So please feel free to leave me some comments here or on our website. Any questions you have, anything that you would like Selima and I to address, please do feel free to get in touch. You'll find the email coming along at the end of this, link to the website underneath here. And again, many thanks for watching. Bye for now.